day, everyone. Happy Saturday, everyone. If you're watching this VOD, hit the like button. Thank you very much. All right, so today I'm going to continue working on the scaffolds. And we're going to start with putting down the top of the platform's plank. Top of the platform's planks. If we get to the legs, the pillars of it, that means we'll probably get into a lot of cutting. We'll see. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Make sure it's fine. Let's bring up the chat and some music, and we'll be good to go. There we go. Bring up some music. I have hat hair. I was wearing a big old hat all day because I was. Ooh. Feeling that? I'm feeling that. Yeah, cool. I need to get a wider lens adapter. This is really hard to put the camera where it needs to be. Something like that. Yeah, this is my face. Okay, cool. So let's just really start jumping into crafting. How's this? Sick. So these are now dry. You know, they're probably safer if I leave them on while I collect the planks needed. That makes sense to my brain. All right, so I'll leave those on. But it's 7 planks per scaffold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hanging out?
Don't know. We got 3 lurkers and they're having a good time.
They haven't exposed themselves?
They haven't exposed themselves.
If you feel comfortable, please share your name and attendance. Roll call.
Roll call. All right, so 7 per. Don't want the super skinny ones. Those are going to be saved. Give a thumbs up if you're digging the beats. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Give you a view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was like, this isn't a Lord of the Rings song. This is an Ed Sheeran song. But then it's Ed Sheeran's Lord of the Rings song. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do. Some short planks here and there, but I think that's okay. Short on the width, not on the length though. This is a wild playlist. Let's go a little bit harder on the music. Sunrise, Sonic. So we got 4. Twin Steel. How you doing, buddy? It's been a minute.
Who is it?
Twin.
Twin? Oh. Wait. Yes, I remember Twin.
I made it. Just getting ready to go to a fundraiser. How about you? I've been remembered by Swifty. You see, when I use chat, there's a little heart.
It's not me.
A little heart gets in the way of reading chat, and it's really annoying.
What's someone saying about Taylor Swift?
I've been remembered by Swifty. What more could I ask for? I've just been getting ready for a fundraiser. What about me? I'm doing the planks, the top planks for the scaffolds right now. We have 8 of them. I have enough for 4, so that's a good start. And what else? Brain. Earlier, I wasn't getting any editing done. I slept in a little bit. Oh well. But I was working on some paperwork for future stuff like contracts and stupid like that. Stupid, important documents. A lot of fun. Not anything like hardcore or legal at the moment. It's mostly like boundary setting and making sure everyone who participates in a creative activity is protected long term and that things don't go to waste. I'm basically kind of taking all my past experiences and trying to make a protection list for myself in the future. Is it relaxed stuff? It is to a degree. Like, it's relaxing in a way that it is problem solving. or problem preventing. Like, I would rather argue with somebody in the future about things on these documents than forget to bring them up at all. I don't know what's about to play. And it is really nice and comforting just to use the phone. Oh, my laptop's about to die. I use my laptop for the music. That feels like a dilemma. Hi and bye. Chance, enjoy D&D. I was checking out your shorts today. Are they pushed to subscribers? Because I don't think I got the newest ones in my feed. I'm not sure. I know they're not notified on Discord because that can get a little obnoxious. Let's see, the latest one is the Studio Ghibli short. It was published to subscribers' feed and notified subscribers. Yeah, it's probably just YouTube being weird. YouTube is so, how do I say, not analytic. It's not the right word. It's algorithm. As much as they want us to use the word audience now. It's just another way to pass blame off. Their algorithm is so particular and so hyper detailed and so, alright, in a right way of saying it, advanced and detailed in producing what YouTube wants most, which is viewers getting what they want, and it determines that based off your watch history, what you watch a lot of, what you don't watch a lot of, what you skip, what you pause on, what you watch on low volume, loud volume, what devices you play it on, where you play it, those devices. It's so detailed. That's why it's so important to have off-platform notification systems like Patreon or Discord. Because, you know, you as a viewer, your activity could change day by day, month by month, but you still want to watch this one thing, but because you've been watching other things, you don't get to watch that thing anymore. And you just forget. Or you're made to believe you forget. So, yeah, it's wild. Yeah, they use volume, and it's a video success is really determined within the first like 24 to 48 hours. So a lot of people that I know who want to support a specific creator, what they make sure they do is when they see them post a new video, they'll play it on a device loud volume in the YouTube app, but then turn off the speakers and just let it play in the background in that opening window of time, and then come back to it and watch it properly when they have time. Which is why a lot of YouTubers go for like breaking news content, because it's naturally desired now. Pretty wild. When you think of social conditioning, it's pretty wild. I don't get good recommendations anymore either. I often have to go search things I want to watch. Yeah, that's another method. Watching things on slower speed or faster speed can affect the initial numbers of a video, but over time, you know, as the system filters out the behavior, it kind of just balances out. It's whatever you want to prefer to watch and how you watch it. That's what the system is designed for. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're crafting planks for making scaffolds for D&D and war terrain. And we're chatting about YouTube and fun stuff. This is what we're making, all out of phone, while listening to the coolest music we can find that relaxes us, which obviously is D&D lo-fi. So yeah, it's a big conscious thing. I try not to worry about it too much on my end, because YouTube's going to do what YouTube's going to do, and I want to make what I want to make. So that's how it's going to be. Many would tell you I've been using the Underworld Clock the last few months to great effect. Combine it with skill challenges and travel rules with party rolls. Been really enjoying it. Yeah, dude, just draw. You don't even really have to explain the Underworld Clock that much, and players around the table enjoy the experience. It's a great mechanic. Ran the one shot the other day, and I even started using the Underworld Clock for skill challenges, like you said. That because skill challenges, the way at least I ran it, every roll was a measure of success to the next thing, while the Underworld Clock being rolled at the same time measured the time until something bad would happen, whether you get there or not. And then I also started using it, not to great effect yet, and I think that's just user error, but I was using it in combination with charisma checks to represent patience of an NPC. Like if you don't hit enough good charisma rolls before the clock hits 0, the NPC's patience is going to run out. And I just use the Underworld Clock for that mechanic, and to make it easy and quick for everyone's brains. Win bravo! Because the Underworld Clock, in its purest artistic form, my second stream today. The Underworld Clock is just a countdown timer. That's all it is. And it's motivated by the actions of the players. Versus a sand timer, which is a countdown timer that's arbitrary to all things but real world time. Does the dice size up in those scenarios? For the patience one, I did not size it up, but I used whatever the current size was. Because in many ways, the Underworld Clock is the game reacting to the players. So if you've made the game more difficult, that's what you've done. What song is on? It sounds familiar. It is... It's another live stream. It is the Lord of the Rings Lo-Fi Radio. But like the way I ran the patience, it's a little weird. So I basically said the clock starts at 20 or wherever the clock was at, and you need to roll charisma checks, whether it's patience, intimidation, or whatever. And we're going to start at 20, and we're going to treat the charisma rolls as a subtraction measurement, just like the Underworld Clock, and it's a race to the bottom. First one to 0 leads to either the patience running out or you getting the information you want. But every time the players did a roll, they asked questions, and I was like, well, I'm answering those questions. So what does the 0 on the charisma really mean? So I have to think about that use of the underworld clock a little bit more. By design, though, or like their reactions, they knew that they had a limited amount of time to talk to this person. So the clock worked. It was the charisma side that didn't work in collaboration. You should have known. When Bravo, you should have known. When Bravo, what have you been up to? It's been a minute. Yeah, because anything you can think of in the game that has the player's choices matter, the underworld clock, and there's a role associated to it, like the underworld clock can be used. Technically. Because time is against them. Fools. In the one shot, I even use the underworld clock as a false timer. Celebrated my nephew's birthday today. Was Mario themed, so I went as a Yoshi onesie. That's great. That's adorable. Painted a few minis just now when I got back home. Nice. Hero minis, NPC minis, monsters, or like terrain? Oh yeah, that's a full day when I think about it. Yeah, so the false timer that I used with the underworld clock was they were rolling 1d6. So I knew they wouldn't, if I have them roll 3 times, I knew they wouldn't roll on to get to 0. If they had 1d8s, I knew that I could have them roll twice and they wouldn't get to 0. So for just a simple one shot, for traveling, I simply described where they were going and how the road and the path was, and then I asked them to roll on the underworld clock. And because they were doing d6, I kind of described 3 stages of the travel to the place that they're going. Each stage, or each description, had an underworld clock roll to it. So they got the sense of pressure building, even though I'm just describing where they're going. And then they enter the dungeon of the one shot with 3 rolls on the underworld clock already rolled. Good evening, Cmike and chat. What a funky time to be alive. You know, I'm just whipping it. I'm just whipping it around, whipping time, whipping streams. You can't stop these whips. These whips belong to me. Sam! Dude, 2 o'clock my time. Everyone's ready to get on. I'm gonna rewind the music and give you guys all a moment to hear this. Here we go. Mmm. Sam, James, how's it going all? Happy weekend. Whipping views. Hey, this is a good time for everybody to hang out for an hour. We can... Nightbot's alive! Everyone say hi to Nightbot! Oh. Made a promise. Can we get some hype for the Nightbot chat?
Hey, David.
Hey, what's up?
Did Harley Quinn have face tattoos?
Harley Quinn? I mean, in some iterations, she'll have a tattoo here or there. She has I mean, I think there's like 2 distinct versions of her that currently exist. One is that punk goth girl look, and the other one is the jester look.
Because I'm just thinking about Taylor's makeup and how when she wipes it off, and we see the tattoos, and she's like in an insane asylum, and the tattoos match what Post Malone has. And she talked about how this whole album, she sort of felt like she was like going insane, and sort of representing like the tortured poet society. And in her mind, she had to create that because she felt like she was in an insane asylum because the relationships messed her up so much.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like the reason why she has the tattoos is like a metaphor for like Harley and Joker.
I would say, when we think of Post Malone, the reason why he puts tattoos on his face is to communicate a narrative about him as a character. Because he's a beautiful, kind of man.
Yeah.
When people the narrative is when you see people who put tattoos on their face, it typically tells others that you should treat me different. I am different, and that often means I'm rebelling against society, and I'm rebelling against the fact that you should treat me normal because I look the way you do.
Interesting.
So it's like either treat me crazy or treat me like a normal person, kind of thing.
She talked about that a lot on the album too.
It's kind of the thing of like when jobs, or especially the military, do you have any visible tattoos? It's a big thing because people treat people with tattoos differently.
Yeah, that was a huge like they double checked that. Like they asked me when I applied for the job I got, and then in person for the interview they confirmed again.
Yeah, like Tommy, great guy. He got that sleeve tattoo. Yeah, the sleeve tattoo is about his first novel that he wrote, and it's just beautiful art. But the average person who walks up and sees him with a sleeve tattoo, they're going to think of him very differently than they would if he didn't have a sleeve.
You okay saying that publicly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know exactly.
I know that because that's what people do.
Yeah, it's crappy.
Jester look, it's the Harlequin. Oh, let me scroll up. Psyche, thank you for the €5. Gesture look, it's a harlequin. You know what I mean. Harley's the OG version. Did not have tattoos, but plenty of makeup. Yep. I'm revoking my... Harley in the Margot Robbie version does not have tattoos. She doesn't. Oh, interesting. It's just messy makeup. Yeah, I met a dude with fudge you over his eyebrow. He got imprisoned a week later for domestic violence. It's a profile that is rough. It's the most visible spot on your body. Allie is binging all the Taylor Swift reaction videos possible right now.
I have no one else to talk to about it.
She has no one else to talk to about it.
I have like a couple friends, but like one is busy at Coachella.
One is busy at Coachella?
And then my other friend who's into it, she's not as deep in the lore as I am, and so I have to like listen to other people who are as deep as me.
Someday you'll find a friend who's as deep as you. Having lore buddies is so important.
Otherwise you just have to hear me and you're like, I don't understand, I'm sorry.
I want tattoos, but they be expensive, and I only have one skin. This is true, but you also have one life. I think once you get like 30 or 40, somewhere around that range, it's pretty acceptable to go get some tattoos. Like you waited long enough, go get some art and put it on you. Yo, these trumpets. Bread Tomato! Welcome to the chat, buddy. Oh yeah, so everybody, here's the context of today's stream. I'm drawing wood grain on foam planks of wood to build out the tops of the pallets. There are 8 pallets, not pallets, scaffolds. And there are 8 scaffolds. I have enough planks in front of me to make 4. We're probably not going to get to legs, but as long as we cover the top, it's a big structural impact on the construction piece. English. Do I speak it? Not all the time. Even when I intend to. Let me zoom in. Come on. There we go. Now you can kind of see it better, I think. Bring the camera a little bit closer. You guys can hear the drawing. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, I love a good lo-fi mix. If I was more musically inclined, I'd make my own. I like the idea, but I haven't figured out something I want on me permanently. Yeah, like my tattoo is something that I really liked as a kid. And in general, it's pretty inspirational to me. But it's also, at this point, very invisible to me because it's just there. Yeah, when I don't put it all on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm doing this pile. I would only ever get 2 tattoos. One would be the symbol of the outsider from Dishonored. The other would be the word brother in the Star Wars language. Rubbish. One of them. A hamster wizard, my logo, my other logo, my Cobalt PC, some moths, the Nobody emblem from Kingdom Hearts. Ooh, the Nobody emblem. An antelope. So many images. Such little money. Is it more important to score the foam or draw on it? It's more important to draw on it because what I'm doing is I'm just adding the texture detail. Let's look at a finished one. So you see the texture of the grain in the wood? That's all drawn on. Without it, it would lose a lot of its charm as a miniature. And it's not meant to be photo real. It's meant to capture the idea. Oh, look, I missed a spot. That's been there this whole time? Shame. Look at that. Made it more realistic. And I've already, as you can see, you see the square piece that's on the sides? That's considered the base square, which I've already made. And that holds up most of the structural load or integrity. The load is obviously on the legs. What are words? Yo, if you're digging the lo-fi mix right now, hit that like button. Let's pop those like buttons up. Dude, I'm still blown away that Nightbot came out of nowhere. I thought Nightbot was like permanently shut down. I thought he died. Forgotten in the wastelands to the east. Over the orange mountains covering the red sand. Nightbot was last seen there, roaming through the day, looking for his brother and kin, the solar panel. Some thought Nightbot was still roaming through the red sands over the orange mountains, under the blazing golden sun. But indeed, he has returned. Precious. That's pretty thin. I don't know if I'll be able to draw. Look at that. Yeah, so this piece is extra thin. Normally I wouldn't use it. But what's great about a super thin piece is you can have some thick, thin, and it kind of get a nice little vertical texture that catches light. Doo-doo-doo. The word automation sparks PTSD in me these days. Oh, yeah. As a video editor, if you ever get hired by a client, you can gauge what their values are in your project. Like, is it the creative aspect that they care a lot about? Hey, Sneaky! Or do they care about the output and solely the output? By saying, yeah, I have AI tools in my workflow to speed things up. If they get excited about the aspect of using AI, all they care about is the output. If they push back just a little bit, like, oh, and they start like having a conversation with you, like, how does that work for you, or do you find that helpful or not helpful? Like, where do you see the pros and cons? When they start pushing back just a little bit like that, then you're like, oh, this client actually cares about the craft of what we're making. Proof I'm out of the loop. I don't know, I got triggered and thought of different things. Good night, Dank, Night Sentient Bot, Twilight Automation, Dawn Machina. Oh, wait, Dusk Machina. Well, I'm sorry what you guys said. Have a great night. Twin, you good? Have a good night too. Oh, Helldivers? Oh, yeah. So, Helldivers, I don't play. I don't play video games. Helldivers looks amazing, looks super fun, but I don't play video games. Oh no, my things are falling! We'll spread democracy for you, don't worry. Chris, if you guys watch, if you know who Chris is by watching the Lore podcasts or Curse of Amity Island, described what Helldivers is, and I was laughing so hard that, like, that's such a video game that I would love to play. That and Baldur's Gate. I have a whole list of video games I want to play, like Elden Ring. Even the original Dark Souls. Like, I want to play all those games, but I can't. Because I'm afraid of getting too addicted to the video game and losing track of time. Because I've done that, and I shame myself way too hard, and I don't like that feeling. So I really just try not to do it. Now, if Patreon hit a certain goal, I might be able to get a video game PC, and I could stream me playing video games, and you guys could actually see me just, what's the word, lose my shit. Okay, so we got 4 structural planks. So this is going to be the structure of the whole thing. This is going to be the top since it's flush. There's a little unevenness happening here. And at this stage, no magnets are really needed yet. Okay, so those are the tops. Dude, Vaudeville, Lord of the Rings, what's going on? I had a friend that had to put his gaming PC away because of Helldivers 2. He was getting behind in college. It's rough. You should let Allie play and fet some secondhand dopamine then. I get my secondhand dopamine from crafting and playing Dungeons and Dragons. I need a brush for this glue pass. Let's see. Let's use you as a palette. I can use you for glue. So for this one, we start with putting just the glue here. Eventually, we just end up using my fingers, let's be honest. But I want to try not to. It's a noble goal. I forgot this one side. Sounds like first hand to me. All right, so first one's glued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh.
It's done. Yes, Mr. Hugh. It's over now.
All right, so now let's, without glue, kind of feel out the vibe and the style of what to expect for this piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grabbed a piece that's not belong. So we're kind of looking at my things. Kind I'm looking at this, I kind of want to have a little bit of. It could go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give it some breadth like that. So like 2 are very close. Something like this. Yeah, I like that. Something like this. Good to. All right. Ooh, gotta be careful. And for the most part, the 2 on the ends are typically just flush. Just for structural purposes, once I get to like magnets and stuff. Yeah, I like that look. What will these be? More scaffolds, docks? These are going to be more scaffolds because, oh, Sneaky, you don't know. So I'm trying to build out the set to a good, whoop. I'm trying to build out the set to a good 4x4 set. So about 16 pieces. That gives me a little bit more flexibility than what I have. But when I was running games, I noticed that, there we go. I noticed I was using these more than I was using these. And you can tell visually that there's a difference, right? We got ladders, we got support beams on the side. These are all things that I have to add to these ones. Not ladders, but at least the support beams around the side to give them a little bit more strength, more durability. But I kept going to these because they have magnets built in. I have magnets in the bottom and at the top of the pillars. And they snap in place, and they're more durable on the game board. I chose actively not to use these because I knew how flimsy they were and how easy it is to knock them over. And to me, I don't want something on my shelf that I choose not to use because of a engineering problem. So I thought about it. I'm gonna mod these by putting some support beams around the side, which count as cover when you start stacking them. It's really great. I can say, hey, yeah, you're there, you get +2 to your AC. Great. But I have to put magnets down at the bottom of these pillars, and I have to rip open the top, stick a magnet in there, and then close it back up. On top of that mod, my hope is to add more magnets to all of them. Starting with one here, here, there, there, and again, 2 more on this side. And they're basically going to be north, south, north, south, north, south, north, south. The point for that is not to just magnetically connect them vertically, but to be able to connect them horizontally. Keep them sturdier. And something that I can end up doing is, what I want to do is make floor tiles that are about the same size. But they would actually be oh, what a good line. Hang on, rewind. Ooh. If this is a floor panel, I want to put magnets in the floor floor tile. If I put magnets in the floor tile, I can connect these. I can put these between scaffolds, expanding a surface with the scaffolds without needing to build more scaffolds. And they can just be floor tiles for rooms or stuff like that, which is great. Those, just like these scaffolds, I've made a PDF guide template that you can download and make these your own. I'm gonna update that template. Well, I kind of describe a little bit on how to do these, but I don't go into too much detail. But I'm gonna update that if for little things to kind of add the magnets and where to put the magnets. But I'll make another template guide just for the floor tiles. So that way you can have a floor tile and connect it. And you can have a vertical and a horizontal piece. What's also great about the side horizontal magnets is when we look at this, we have a ladder and we have the hole for the ladder to go up. So these work really well for climbing internally, not externally. What I want to do with those side magnets, build ladders with magnets, and we can just keep adding magnets up. And so we can visibly see as players where you can climb, where you can't. And if you want to try to climb a place with no ladders, you know, athletics check, very high DC. I think that's gonna be cool. And it kind of has a very modular mining, scaffolding system. Or even just balconies. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so this guy, pretty good to go. See how like imperfect that is? I love it. And it's not that hard of a design either. It's fairly simple. You could do this with cardboard or paper, cardstock. That's how simple this is. All right, let's get back to crafting. I'm gonna keep answering questions as we go. There we go. You could, not just a balcony, but you could also build out an entire second floor this way. Like your players go up the set of stairs that you weren't expecting that like was improvised. Oh, they go upstairs or to the roof. All right, I'm gonna pull up my scaffold and we're gonna say this is the roof. Also, you may have not noticed, but these legs are 8 centimeters, so roughly 3.5 inches. So I like to say that each scaffold is half the average movement of characters. So I can, just with the tiles laying, not the tiles, with the scaffolds laying out, I can say, hey, the room is this tall. You know, it's 3 scaffolds tall or 4 scaffolds tall. And people can see that, which is great. And if there's magnetic ladders, they can climb to the ceiling. Yannick! Buddy somehow got his hands on IRL Minecraft cherry wood. It's a favor from Jack Black, let's be honest. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Those edges just look too sharp, and I'm just beveling them out a little bit with a bit of pressure. There we go. Not super necessary, just caught my eye. Cool. How many of them do I have broken pieces on? 1, 2. Not a lot, but it is occasional. So I would say maybe, I don't want to make any more of these like big open holes. They're cool and all, but they're not, they're whatever. Maybe, maybe make more of these, and then I'll make one where like, similar to this one, where a piece is broken, but clearly they the builders compensated and made the piece safe still. Yeah, they're only the 3 contact points. Which makes it hard when you start doing broken pieces. In a previous stream, I was thinking about doing one additional contact piece across, but I have thought to do otherwise to make room for magnets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So this one, we could bust a hole into. Let's take these guys. Where's my knives? How do you hide the magnets? The magnets will be on the underbelly. So we're gonna have one here. Wait, I can't show you. There we go. So we'll have one here, 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 here. I'll measure where exactly they are, but it's 2 per side, right? They're just gonna get painted over, and if you flip it upside down, you can kind of see where the magnets are. And I'm totally okay with that. Now the magnets for vertical are actually hidden inside the legs. I cut it out, put the magnet in, put glue over, and then once it's dry, I paint it brown. And then so there's a magnet that's going to be hidden under this plank. All right, so oh, that's so funny. This piece is a bit warped. Do I need to, yeah. All right, well. Let's flip that to be better. There we go. Flip that there. Is that Lord of the Rings? Yes, it is. CNA. That's cute.
There's always been a packet. Under the hill. Get back in. There always will be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where did this piece come from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So now we do some chopping. So for this, we actually want to have the look of being broken off. Very simple, just cut some triangles and it's good to go. Ta-da, broken. Let's make a bigger chunk come out of this one so it doesn't look too similar. There we go. Jason 96, what is this? Little wooden pallets? Sure is. We're gonna be using these pallets to make scaffolds. I'll put a sample of a finished one. What if I zoom out? Is it zoomed out? It is zoomed out. What if I put the phone further back? There we go. I must go now. Happy crafting. See you later, Samwise Ganji. All right, so for these pieces, I actually want to cut in half. And we're just gonna mess up the ends. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Just make them look broken. Just a bit off topic. Small broken. There we go. I have a tryout thing at the Irish pub this Monday. Ooh, that's exciting. I had to think about what I just read and I didn't understand it. Then I read it again. Cool. So this one, I'm actually going to glue vertically. There we go. What we do is we glue it kind of upside down. To make it look like the hole smashed open. There we go. Hey, if you're digging this, consider hitting the like button. Thanks, guys. Sweet. Pressure in. Now we have one that has a broken hole in it. Let that dry like so. This will be the last straight palette. I guess I could do... Yeah, let's just make it normal. Yeah, it's degrees of minutes when I want to do something fancy. See, getting glue on my fingers already. Someone dropped a cannonball through it. Yep. Or a mimic pulled you down. This is such a satisfying part because it just, the build is coming together. Let's make a little diamond or a little triangle. There we go. Imperfect palettes. And once they get legs, they become scaffolds. Elmer's glue is working great. So yeah, I'm happy with these. This is exciting. It's exciting to see multiple pieces glued together and the crafting shape coming to fruition. But we do have 4 more palettes to make before they turn into scaffolds. I just need to cut more planks. But what we will do today, before I wrap this up, is we're going to work on some magnets. There we go. So the magnets that we're going to use are small but powerful. Let's see, what do we got? I forget the actual size. So we're dealing with 2 millimeters thick by 5 millimeters wide. What? Why is that not there? Okay. So we're going to start with the bottom here. And drill inward. So what I need is my drill head to just push in. So we'll have this zoomed in. Let me grab my drill head. I don't know where my drill head is. This is a good substitution. There we go. So you don't need, if you want to be safe on your magnets, you don't need magnets for every step. You could just do screws for the base. Totally acceptable, adds just enough weight. But that's just going to cost you screws. I think if I were doing pillars, I would use screws in the base more than I would right now. So we need a magnetic one that's already made, so we can make sure we have the right side. Yeah. Let me just put a little pressure so I can see the outline now. So I used the screw to make the first hole in the center. And then I use a knife to carefully kind of score it. And now I'm just using it to dig out the center of it. And it fits. Great. great. So far, so good. Are you not paranoid about the pole snapping? No, they're pretty thick and durable. And I'm not trying to bend it or stuff. I'm holding it sturdy. Sturdy enough for it to wiggle when it needs to wiggle. There we go. Oop. Cool. So that is the bottom. So flip it. Wait. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Non-metal objects. Glue. Let's just use a die. There we go. It'll pop back up. There we go. So now, technically, what I'll be able to do is connect these two. I don't want to do it now because it will just pull the magnets out, but I can just boop, put them on. Boom, Yeah, I feel the pull. Cool. And it's also just that little bit heavier than just foam by itself. How much time have I been on? 97 minutes? I can wrap it up here. Whoa, zoom out. So yeah. Putting the magnets in the bottom. Super easy, super simple. There we go. And on the next stream, I'll be able to peel open the tops of these older ones while sneaking the magnet inside. So that way you can actually connect vertically. Yeah, I'm gonna go have a snack and edit a bunch of footage and have a chill day. Hope you guys have a chill day too. Thank you so much for hanging out. And make sure to say thank you to somebody. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, and of course, have a great good night. Beep.